Hello learners, welcome to the technical accounting that is tally.erp9. I am Professor Bhagyashree Sevane here to teach you the third chapter that is fundamentals of tally.erp9. Here we are in this chapter we are going to learn actually working on a tally, how to work on a tally, how to do accounting in a tally, right? So in our previous lectures in our first chapter you have learned about the basics of accounting. That is nothing but the bookkeeping and accounting. So bookkeeping and accounting, what it is, I'm going to just revise it in a 1 and 2 minutes. So bookkeeping and accounting is nothing but the recording of transactions, analyzing of transactions, right? And classifying the transaction in terms of a money. When any transactions happen in a terms of a money, that you have to record. And that is on the basis of some basic accounting principles. That is, there are three types of accounts, that is real, personal and nominal, that you are very well known about these things, and there are some golden rules for these three types of accounts. So that all things you have covered in the first chapter, right? And in the second chapter, what you have covered, that is the introduction to the tally software, right? So introduction to the tally software, in this chapter what you have learned, what this software is, on which how this software is works actually. Okay, so in a detailed sense we are going to learn in this chapter related to the how to work on a tally. Now, before moving further for the how to work on a tally, I just want to tell you what the procedure of accounting that one must have to follow. That actually not must have to follow. It is everybody has to follow in their accounting, in their books of accounting. That is, there is an entity, right? There is an entity. That is an entity means any business person, any business organization, right? Any person. So that entity enters into the transactions, that are money transactions. They do the transactions in case of a purchase, in case of a sales, right? So when they go for a purchases of goods, what will be the entry passed over there? As per the rules of accounting, that is a purchases account debited to cash account if it is on a cash, and if it is on a credit basis, then you have to credit that party's account. Like likewise. So these are the transactions that you have to record. Just like the purchase account, you have to record the sales transaction, you have to record the payment transactions, you have to record the receipt transactions. So likewise, these transactions you have to record in a books of accounts, and that books of account is nothing but the prime book of entry that you can see in this slide. That is nothing but the debit or credit you have to do over here. After these transactions recorded in the journal book, you have to go for a posting of these accounts. You have to post the posting of these accounts in a ledger books. Just like the I have taken an example of a purchases of goods, that's a purchase account debited to cash account. Here the two accounts are involved, right? Here the two accounts are involved, that is purchase account and a cash account. So separately you have to maintain the two accounts, that's a purchase account and a cash account. And these accounts, when you open that accounts, is nothing but the ledgers. Likewise, you have to create different ledgers for the every account. That is nothing but the posting in a ledgers. After the posting of a ledgers, what another procedure is there, what is the next procedure is there, that you have to create a trial balance. What is this trial balance is, after preparing these ledger accounts, whatever the balance amounts are there, with these balance amounts you have to create a trial balance. So some accounts will be having a debit balance and some accounts will having a credit balance. So with the help of this credit balance and debit balance, you have to create a summary of these accounts, and that is nothing but the trial balance. So in a manual accounting, you prepare for a trial balance, and with the use of this trial balance account, you go for a final account, that is going to be as a final step. So in this final accounts, what we prepare over here? We prepare over here, that's a balance sheet and a profit and loss account, right? So what is a profit and loss account? That's a trading profit and loss account. You must know about these things also. That's a trading account is always related to the manufacturing concern. What did it mean by? In the manufacturing concern, whatever the expenses or incomes are related to the manufacturing of that product, that all are going to be included, that all are going to be entered in the trading account. Likewise, in case of the profit and loss account, after manufacturing expenses and incomes, after manufacturing, when goods produced in the manufacturing concern, and then that product comes into the market. Before coming to the market, what expenses you required for that purpose, except the manufacturing expenses. All that expenses are recorded in the profit and loss account, and all incomes are entered in a profit and loss account. You know the rules about the debit and credit, right? So after this profit and loss account, you will get over here net profit that we take in a last step, that is the balance sheet. In this balance sheet, what we have to do? We have to record the assets and liabilities of our company. What are the assets are there? There may be a fixed assets, there are current assets that you have learned in the first chapter, very detailed sense, right? And in a asset liability side, what are the liabilities? There will be a current liabilities, there will be a long-term liabilities, there will be a short-term liability. Likewise, these liabilities will be there, and the capital. All these liabilities you have to record in a balance sheet on a liabilities. And of course, this net profit we have to carry forward we have to take in a balance sheet, and that balance sheet shows us what is the position of that company, whether this company is getting a profit, whether the position of this company is in a boom period or not. You get all the idea from this balance sheet and the profit. And only it is my motto, only it is the objective of every company for maintaining these all accounts. To maintain the balance sheet, to maintain the profit and loss account, we have to pass this all processes from the transaction till the balance sheet. This is what my process is in a manual account. Now all this manual accounting you do in a particular business concern, in a books, properly notebooks and books you prepare, you just maintain in your company, and you record all that data in that books. So company wise data is there in a company, wise books are there in a company, right? And in case of a computerized accounting, what happened? Everything this data, that is a debit, credit, transactions, ledgers, profit and loss account, and the balance sheet, all these books we have to maintain on a computer only, in a software only, and that is Tally. And so what is the procedure will be there then? Just like in a manual accounting, there is a procedure. Same, there will be a procedure in a technical accounting, that is a Tally. So while maintaining the Tally, what will be the procedure? Okay, so I just want to tell you that this procedure is there. That procedure is only for a 1 year. Okay, this procedure is only for a 1 year, and one person, that is one business, has to continue this procedure year and year. This procedure is only for a 1 year, right? This procedure is only for a 1 year. So after this 1 year, they have to continue this procedure year to year until that entity closes. Okay, until that entity closes. Up to this, this was related to the manual accounting. Now we are going to see the comparatively what procedure we have to do in a computerized accounting. Some of the steps are there again. What steps are there? So you can see here, when there is only one software and you want to maintain the books of accounts of various companies and not only for a one company, right? There are in a market, there are number of businesses, number of companies are there. So not only for a one company you are going to maintain your data. You have to maintain the data for each and every company over there. So number of companies. In a computerized accounting, some procedure we have to follow just like the manual accounting, right? So in a manual accounting, what procedure was there? We have seen. Now in a computerized accounting, of course, some procedure we have to follow. Just like in a market, there are number of businesses, there are number of manufacturers. So every company has to maintain their data, has to maintain their accounting, right? So in a manual accounting, we have seen that everybody has to maintain a one book. For each and every business organization has to maintain the manually book. Just like in a computerized accounting, we have to maintain these all business or company's data in a software, that is a Tally. So for that purpose, firstly, we have to create a company first of all. Under that company name, that company's data will occur over there. Likewise, one company, second company, third company, likewise a number of companies will be there, and number of companies data will be there under that company's name, specific company's name, right? So what procedure we have to follow? So you can see over here, What is the procedure we have to follow over here? Firstly, we have to create a company. And after company creation, we have to create some groups. What is these groups are now? These groups are nothing but in a balance sheet and in a profit and loss account. What you have entered over there, the liabilities and assets, expenses and income, right? So these are the liabilities and assets. What are the assets are there? What are the liabilities are there? These are the groups over here. Means if we want to see the comparative study in a manual accounting, we have to create a ledgers, right? We have to create a ledger. Some particularly account is there: purchase account, sales account, cash account, any stationery account, any printing and stationery account. These all are the ledgers are there, and related to this purchase, related to the sales, related to the cash, all transactions of that period are entered in that ledger. Same in case of the computerized accounting. Firstly, we have to prepare a groups over here. Means before going to the transaction of any of the entry, means before the entry of any of the transaction, firstly you have to prepare a groups over here. Is what I want to tell you. Before doing any of the entry, directly doing any of the entry, before doing the entry, you have to prepare a background data over there, right? In a software, in that Tally, you have to prepare a background data. That background data will consist of each and every accounts, that is purchases, sales, stationery, printing, whatever it is, right? Receipts and payments, these all are the what we can say, these are the ledgers for us. So we have to prepare this data in a background first of all, and then we will go for a transaction, entry of the transaction. So this is the only difference in a manual accounting and in a computerized accounting. In a manual accounting, firstly you have to go for a transaction entry, and then you go for a ledgers. And here what we have to do first, we have to create a background. So firstly we have to create the groups. Means what you require in your balance sheet. There is a capital, there are the reserves, there are the long-term liabilities, there are the current liabilities, right? So these parts first of all we have to create in a background of it, right? So these are nothing but the groups creation. So balance sheet, for a balance sheet we have to create a groups, and for a profit and loss account separately we have to create a groups. So in a profit and loss account, what are the groups will be there? There are the expenses and the incomes. So there will be a direct expenses, indirect expenses, direct income, indirect income. Follow to this group creation, now we have to proceed further for a ledger creation. What is this ledgers now? In a manual accounting, whatever was the ledgers were there, that is a purchase, sales, stationery, printing, and what was there, right? So these ledgers, once that ledgers we have to create in this technical accounting, that's a Tally, right? So this is the procedure. Firstly, we have to create a company, right? We have to enter all the data related to the company. What is the information and all these things we'll see later very deeply. And we will create company actually. And after that, what are the groups are over there, that the balance sheet and profit and loss account, for the balance sheet and for the profit and loss account have to create a group. So, and after this group creation, we have to follow the procedure, that is a ledger creation. And this ledger creation will be just like that. I will give you some example. In a balance sheet, what will be the ledgers? There will be the ledgers like creditors, creditor will be the ledger, debtors will be the ledger, right? Fixed assets. In case of the fixed assets, the furniture will be the ledger. That's a for we can say building will be the ledger, right? So these ledgers we have to create. So in a very simple sentences, I want to tell you that you have to enter a background data. First of all, you have to create a data in a background of a Tally, and then only you can proceed further for a transaction. It is exactly opposite to the manual accounting, right? So firstly, we have created the company, then we have created the groups separately for the balance sheet, separately for the profit and loss account. Then we have created the ledgers once again separately for the balance sheet and separately for the profit and loss account. And then the final step will be the transactions of entering of the transaction. That transaction we have to enter now. For example, you want to enter the entry, that is a purchase account debited to the cash account, right? So now when you do the entry in a Tally, where you want to where you will do this entry, we will see in the later lectures, right? So when you do this entry, that is a purchase account debited to the cash account. So while doing the entry, that's purchase account debit to cash account credit. So purchase account, while typing this debit purchase account, there will be a menu, there will be a catalog, likewise the scroll down list will be there. Whatever the ledgers you have created in the background of a tally, that all ledgers will be in front of you. You just have to choose your respective ledger. That's for this transaction I want a purchase account. That purchase account ledger I will select and I will debit that. After that, what do you want to credit over there? You want to credit a cash over there. So for the cash purpose, just once again you have to go for that scroll down list. There will be a catalog for that, whatever you have created in the background of tally, that you have to choose from that. Cash account you have to choose and you have to credit that. That's that entry you have to do over here. And just like this purchase account, cash account, sales, all these entries you have to do, payment, receipts, all these entries you have to do, right? After that, the last step, directly automatically you get your balance sheet and the profit and loss account ready. Why? Because you have created all this data before. That's the background data you have created, and in that data you have done the entries in a books of purchase, in the books of cash, in the books of sales, you have done the entries, right? And that's why automatically you got the balance sheet and profit. So this is what the procedure is. So you must have to be very careful in case of doing the entries in a tally. Whether you are doing correctly entering in the tally or not, it's very most important. Because whatever you will enter in a transaction, whatever you will in a debit and credit, that should be very correct, because that is going to be reflected in a balance sheet and profit and loss account automatically. If your transactions are wrong, automatically your balance sheet and profit and loss account is going to be wrong. And so your transaction should be very correct, then only your balance sheet and account will be correct. So this is what the procedure is that we have to follow. Okay. Now my next question is that where you want to do this entry. Whatever the entries you are going to do in this tally, so where we are going to do. So in this tally software, they have provided us, these are the vouchers. These vouchers they have provided to, right? So what type of vouchers are there? You can see over here there are 8 vouchers. How many vouchers are there? There are 8 vouchers. That is, first one is contra voucher. The name of the vouchers are there. That is account contra voucher, payment voucher. Payment voucher we know. By the name only we can know it is for doing a payment. When we do any payment, we have to enter that data in a payment voucher. When there is a receipt voucher, when you receive any money, so you have to enter in a receipt voucher. Journal voucher we will see later. Okay, contra voucher, journal voucher, the explanation for this purpose we will see later. Then there is a sales voucher. Sales, when you do any sales, you have to enter that transaction in a sales voucher. When there is a purchases, when you do any purchases, that transaction you have to record in purchase voucher, and then debit note and credit note. So for 4 vouchers.
कोणता हॉल नंबर आहे का सपोर्ट करायचा आयला गप्पा सगळे ना भरून ठेवले तर
So these are the vouchers that we have seen over here. Okay, so these are the vouchers that we have seen over here. Now we are going to see in a detail what the functionality of these vouchers are. Okay, so we will see one by one all these vouchers. Firstly, you can see over here that's a contra voucher, right? So what mean by this contra voucher? Listen, whatever the transactions are there which are related to the cash and a bank only, means with that particular transaction, that particular journal entry, if that involve only the cash and a bank,
what's going on